Today, we are using multiplication and division, but we're also doing the inverse operation. So let's talk a little bit about what's the inverse operation of each thing. So inverse operation means opposite, right? So we need to talk about if I have a problem with multiplication in it, what's the inverse operation? What's the opposite of multiply? Divide. Okay? So if you have a math problem with multiplication in it, like 3 times g equals 15, that has multiply. 3 times g, that's a multiplication equation. So I would have to divide to get rid of it. What if I had an equation with division in it? What's the inverse operation of division? Multiplication. So that would be something like this. M divided by 10 equals 2. What's the inverse operation of divide? So how would I get rid of 10? Multiply. It's going to look like this, guys. You don't even have to put the over 1. If you don't want to put an over 1, don't. But here's the thing. You have to diagonally cancel. Okay? That's how you get rid of the 10. So you would get 20 for this problem. Okay? So that's a little bit of like intro. So here we go. Number 1. 2 times x. So that says 2 times x. Right now, this is what I want at the end of my math problem. X equals. But 2 times something equals 10. Yeah, I know you can do this in your head. I know you can just say, oh, yeah, it's 5. 2 times 5. Got it. Done. But you need to show your steps. You will not get credit for your homework if you do not show your work. So divide each side by 2. Put a fraction bar in a 2. Put a fraction bar in a 2. And my step is divide. Are you guys doing the work in the box, number 1? Yeah. Thanks. Hold on. Okay. 2's cancel. Oh, divide both sides by 2. What's 10 cut in half? What's 10 broken up into 2's? 5. Okay. Is this kind of easy? Yeah. Good. I'm glad you think so. Because I also care that you understand the check. 2 times 5 equals 10? Yes, it does. I just got my problem right. And you will get 100% if you do the check. On your quiz tomorrow, you will get 100% on the quiz if you do the check for every problem. Guaranteed. Because then you'll say, whoa, my left side doesn't equal my right side. I must have made a mistake. And then you go back and fix it. Okay? That's how you get 100% tomorrow. Number 2. Same thing. Negative 3 times x. There is the multiplication right in the middle there. We just don't put a little dot or an x. What's the inverse operation of multiply? Divide. So, divide both sides by negative 3. Cool. Negative 3 over negative 3, we just get an x. What is 12 divided by negative 3? 4. Ooh, is it 4? Positive 4, negative 4? Be good and confident with that. Let's say that I made a mistake and I put that it was just 4. Then, when I did my check, let's do it the wrong. Okay? Let's pretend that I'm like, oh, it's positive 4. And I'd be like, oh, wait, that equals negative 12. Hey, something's wrong. So then I have to go back and look up here and say, what did I do wrong? So let's do the right way. Negative 3x equals positive 12. A negative times a negative equals a positive. Yes. Okay. Do your checks. Your checks will save you. This is division. X divided by 3. It's already divide. What's the inverse operation of divide? Okay, I want your multiply to look like this. Because then your 3's can cross cancel. Like that. X is now alone. And then 4 times 3, that's easy. 12. Multiply both sides by 3. Here's my check. X over 3. Well, X is 12. 12 over 3 equals 4? Yeah, 4 equals 4. Yes. Cool. Ooh. Okay, this is called a proportion. I'm going to teach you about them now because it's much easier to solve it as a proportion than to multiply both sides by 5. Okay, a proportion means two fractions that equal each other. It's a way of comparing fractions. Have you ever heard of cross multiply?
Yes.
Okay, there's 2 ways to do cross multiply. Let me write them both. You need to pick which way you like better. Here they are. These are the 2 ways that I've taught students that are successful. No, the ways are successful. The students decided which one they liked. Okay, I made a butterfly before. 5 times 12, x times 20. That way you know what to multiply. So there's that way. That gives me 5 times 12. See how this 5 times 12 is diagonal? So I have to multiply this 5 times 12. That gets me a 60. And then I have to multiply the x and the 20 right here. X times 20, 20x. Equal sign just goes straight down. So that's way 1. Okay, now watch way 2. Way 2 looks like this. X times 20 equals 20x. I make my lines differently. 5 times 12 equals 60. Equal sign goes straight down. No matter which method you decide is your preferable method, what is the thing that I do to get the x alone?
Divide.
Divide. Both sides by
20.
20. You're right. I should do it in a different color. Let me do that to show my steps. Okay, the 20s cancel. 20 over 20. How many times does 20 go into 60? 60 divided by 20. 20, 40, 60. Here on the right side, the 20s cancel. How many times does 20 go into 60? 3 times. Okay? All right. Checking would be something like this. I'll do it in a completely different color so that my check would be like 3 over 5 equals 12 over 20. What I'm doing is I'm saying, do these fractions equal each other? Does 12 over 20 reduce down to 3/5? If I divide 12 over 20 by 4, then yes, it reduces down to 3/5. Proportions are a little bit harder to check. All right, I'm going to move on to the next example. Okay, 1/5 x equals 2. It says 1/5 times x, doesn't it? But there's, we've said, what's the inverse operation of multiply? You divide. This is not what you do. You do not do this. I showed you this a couple weeks ago because this is not something we mathematicians, I'm not a mathematician. This is not something math people like. I'm a teacher who loves math. That's what I am. So, here's how you get rid of 1/5. Instead of dividing, which you can't do, I need to do something else. So,
Multiply.
I multiply by what?
By the 5.
You're really close to the right track. Say it differently, though.
5/1.
5/1. That's what I'm looking for. So let's do in purple. Multiply by the reciprocal, both sides. Multiply by the reciprocal, which is 5/1. I want to cancel out 1/5. I want 1/5 to go away. The only way to make 1/5 go away is for me, everyone look at the screen for a second. These 5s cancel, these 1s cancel, x is now all alone. That's how to get rid of a fraction that's in front of a number. And then on the right, 2 times 5. 10. A check would be like this. 1/5 times 10. I'd have to make it 10/1. What's 1/5? That means that 10 broken up into 5 different chunks. I could also cross simplify. 10 broken up into fifths. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. So yes, 2 equals 2. Well, don't worry. We're going to do another one. I need to make sure you guys really got this. Okay, 1/3 x. I want x alone, and I need to get the 1/3 gone. How do I get the 1/3 gone? Same process. Multiply by the reciprocal. Multiply by 3/1, which is the reciprocal. Okay, here we go. Times 3/1. Times 3/1. So again, looking at the screen, the 3's cross cancel, the 1's cross cancel, x is alone. -4 times +3 on the right. -4 times +3. -12. My check means break -12 into 3 parts. You'd have a -4, a -4, and a -4. Okay? Cross simplify. 3 goes into 12 4 times. It'd look like that. Were 5 and 6, are 5 and 6 difficult? Yes? No? If they are, you need to speak up. You need to say something. I can do more of a certain type. I can, you know what I mean? Okay. Tell me. Now we're going to translate. Remember we did this before? I got words. I need to make them into mathematical expressions. The product of 3 and a number. How do I write that? The product, what does product mean? Multiply. 3 and a number. What does a number mean?
Like X, A, Z, any kind of letter.
Perfect. Variable, any letter. The product, I'm multiplying, of 3 and B for Brian is, what's is? Equals 21. 3B equals 21. So, 3 times B. How do I get rid of something that's multiplied? Divide it. I'm going to divide both sides by 3. B equals, how many times is 3 going to 21? 7. Awesome. And your check is 3 times 7 equals 21. Yes, it does. Cool. The quotient of a number and 3. What's quotient mean? Divide. A number, R, and 3. Looks like that. The quotient of a number R, I just picked R, and 3, is equals 5. Ooh, what's the inverse operation of division? What do I do to both sides? Multiply. And it's best to go 3 over 1 because I need to make sure that I'm diagonally cross-canceling on the left. 15. Cool. Louisa bought 6 cans of food that cost the same amount. Find the cost of one food a can. 1 can of food. Okay. So now we're just writing this down into math. She bought 6 cans and they all were the same. Okay? It doesn't tell us what she spent, does it? No. So we're just going to actually write down, oh wait, she spent a total of $480. Okay. $4.80. My math problem was cut off. Pardon me about that. Okay. You have $4.80 in your pocket. You go to the store and you buy 6 of something. 6 cans of corn. How about? You go and you buy 6 cans of corn and you got to figure out what's each can going to be because I've got $4.80 in my pocket. How do I write this math problem? How do I write it? Do we know what x is going to be? What should we let x be? The cost of the can. Cost of the can. Let me give you guys a heads up. I have this cool thing. Let me show you. Wait. Do I? Oh, here it is. No. I'm trying to use this tool that I have. No, I don't want to do that. Never mind. I guess I don't know what I'm talking about. Okay. What is happening? I'm royally messing this up. That's what I'm doing. Wow. Okay. There. Sorry. The x is going to be the cost of a can. Here's why. Find the cost of 1 can. Your question will always be what you're solving for. Find the cost of a can. That's going to be my x. How many cans did I buy? 6 of them. I don't know how much 1 can cost. So it's going to be 6x. And then what? Where do I integrate my $4.80? How do I do that? Equals $4.80. Can someone tell me, just looking at the numbers, 6 and pretend the decimal's not there, 48. How many times does 6 go into 48?
8 times.
8 times. But each can is not going to be $8. So what's it going to be if it's not $8? 80 cents. You can do this in your head. You need to be able to do problems like this in your head. Because when you're standing at a grocery store, looking at the price of stuff, you don't want to break out your phone and start using your calculator in the middle of the store. Like, you'd kind of look silly, you know? And 6 goes into 48, so you just have to put the decimal in the answer. Obviously, it's not $8 for 1 can of corn. 80 cents. Each can costs 80 cents. Each can cost 80 cents. Okay?
Yeah, that's about my.
And that's about accurate, you know? Okay, so here's your classwork. Turn over to the back. We have 10 minutes left in class, and there is 10 problems. Okay? So here's what they look like. I want to remind you, because number 3 looks pretty shabby. I hand wrote that one in. You're cross multiplying for number 3. Okay? So it's 5 times 8, 40. And then it's going to be m times 4. You just put 4m. The equal sign goes straight down. Or maybe you like this. this way. Boop. Boop. Okay. So that's how you set up number 3. So go ahead right now and you're going to work on 1 through 10 for classwork.